In 1964, Suzuki took the constructors' title for the third straight year. 4 wins in the 125cc class weren't enough to take the title. That went to Honda instead. The best result in the 250cc class was a third-place finish in the French GP. The pace with which the respective teams' riders were getting faster on the World GP circuit was remarkable. Even when a team won the championship, there wasn't a moment to rest back on their laurels. At the end of the year, Suzuki completed construction of the new test course they'd been waiting for.
Europe と走るためにはこんなサーキットが必要だっていうのは日本じゃ走るとこないから作ってくれと心臓接触に言ったら「おい、じゃあ作れいいじゃねえか」スールの一声で作ってくれたのが龍洋ですよ。あそこへサーキットを作ってそれでテストを連続毎日朝から晩までやるようになって車が出来上がってきたのさ64年ですよねやりできたの。満島の路面をここへ龍洋へ持ってきて作ってくれた。そのぐらい熱入ってだからものづくりに鈴木の場合はあの交差がいれば貢献してます。
In 1965 and following seasons, Suzuki and the works teams from other Japanese makers continued to dominate the GP World Championship Series. However, the feverish pitch of the battle to develop more advanced technologies came to an abrupt halt later in the decade. Development costs were so high, only a few makers could win races. Japanese makers had been monopolizing the podium in recent years. The Japanese works teams all retired from the GP World Championship Series in protest at new regulations implemented in 1968.
68年から車両規則になったからレベルダウンな規則になってるもんだからもう今度は後ろ向きになるから車としてはだからやめましょうよってだったんです。
The Suzuki Works team vanished from the GP series in 1968. While participating in the heated battles of the 1960s and after winning its first 50cc class championship in 1962, Suzuki took the constructors' title 5 times and won 6 riders' titles. They also took the 125cc class constructors and riders' titles twice each. During this period, Suzuki had established the 2-stroke engine as the fastest in the world, despite the thinking that they weren't suited to racing. The only standard for measuring a team's worth in World Championship racing is whether it wins or loses. Technology is what supports this measure. Through its outstanding achievements in GP racing, Suzuki proved to the world that they had the ability to innovate and to develop winning 2-stroke engines. For many years afterward, 2-stroke engines continued to reign over the GP World Championship. There's no doubt that one reason for this lay with the amazing speed achieved by Suzuki's 2-stroke engines. Times change, and sadly one seldom sees 2-stroke engines today. However, the outstanding technologies they employ have continued to be elevated to the highest level through the relentless efforts of Suzuki's engineers. These technologies have been fed into development of motorcycles and cars. They've yielded great vehicles and helped make Suzuki popular with drivers and riders around the world.
なんか全て楽しかったですね。
私の人生で出始めはレース家ですから、幸せな人生を送ったなと思っています。
夢を持てばどんな仕事でもできるなというのはそれが今の実感です。
バリシンがなんでこのヨーロッパのレース来ないだっていう、チームの中でそういうことを言ってくれたっていうのは信頼してくれたなと思いましてね、非常に満足できました。
で我々レースやってる時にね、例えばオランダ行って「お前鈴木かホンダか」 だスズキかホンダですよ。最初の知名度をヨーロッパに売り込んだのは、そういう意味でね、世界選手権を取ったという功績は私は非常に大きかったんじゃないかと。
皆さんもいろいろ個性がありますしね、優秀な人ばっかりですよ。やっぱりレースやってね、同じ釜の飯を食いながらね、楽しいレースやらせてもらって、終わった後もね、それに関連するような仕事をやらせてもらって、人生考えたらね、僕は楽しい鈴木社員であったなと思いますね。
将来この内燃機関というのがどうなるのかですね、電気であるのか、そういうことで最先端の経験しないと技術進歩はないわけですね。前を向いてやっていただければそれでいいんじゃないかと思いますよ。
Suzuki set a course in the 1950s that transformed it from a maker of looms into a comprehensive motorcycle and automobile maker. The company started from scratch to build and field competitive racing machines. The challenge to take on the world and realize their dreams was a mighty one. It presented difficult challenges, but also many victories and moments of glory. Today, that same spirit of challenge lives on as strong as ever at Suzuki.